here's the news on kindergarten. This month, the kindergartners celebrated Dr. Seuss's and St. Patrick's Day. They will be practicing the Our Father and learning about Lent, too. Sounds like fun. In math, they're learning how to tell time and identify coins. Finally, they've been practicing the Easter prayer service that's coming up soon. That's all for kindergarten. Now here's Pat with first grade.
Thanks, Ashley. Hi, I'm Pat, and I'm here to report to you on the first grade. In reading and spelling, the students have worked on high-frequency knit words, problems and solutions, and words with the long A sounds. The students have brought home a book called If the Dinosaur Came Back to share with his or her family. That sounds cool. In math, they are having time tests on Wednesdays. The students also have learned a lot about Microsoft Paint this year. That's all for first grade. Now here's Kyle with second grade. Kyle?
Thanks, Pat. Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'm going to tell you about second grade. In ILA, they were working on abbreviations, plot, present tense, action verbs, and compare and contrast. They are completing Chapter 13 in math and starting on Chapter 14. They have also been working on their first Holy Communion responses. They had a vocab quiz for science, a math test, and a spelling test last week. Hope everyone studied and did well. Make sure you have pencils and reading book every day. Also, don't forget to bring in mission money. That's it for second grade, and here's Colleen with third grade.
Thanks, Kyle. Hi, I'm Colleen, and I'm going to inform you about third grade. In religion, they had a test on the 14th about chapters 15 and 16. I hope they did great. In ILA, they are on their first theme, school days. In math, they are covering place values, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, measurement, geometry, and fractions. In social studies, they will be studying communities. That sounds social. Finally, in science, they will be studying life science or science, physical science, and the human body. Wow, that's a lot for third grade. Now here's Tommy with the fourth grade news.
Thanks, Colleen. Hi, I'm Tommy, and I'm going to be telling you about what's going on in fourth grade. The students had an ILA test on the 15th. Remember fourth grade that you need a copy of Tolliver's Secret by March 15th. The students are expected to read 1 hour a week for their reading logs. In religion, the fourth grade had a test on the 12th. They turned in their president projects on March 4th. They had a science open book quiz on the 13th. That's all for fourth grade. Now here's Anthony for fifth grade.
Thanks, Tommy. Hi, I'm Anthony, and I'm here to tell you what is going on in the fifth grade. In social studies, they're working on a Mars project where all the students have to come up with ways to make it safe for people to live on Mars in the year of 2030. In math, they are working on how to add and subtract fractions and mixed numbers in various ways. The fifth graders also celebrated Pi Day on the 14th. In science, they were tested on Chapter 5. In religion, they were also just tested on their Chapter 15. That's all for fifth grade. Now here's Alina with 6th, 7th, and 8th grade ILS.
Thanks, Anthony. Hi, I'm Adelina, and I'll be telling you about what we are learning in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies in ILA. In 6th grade social studies, they're beginning to learn about early cultures. In 7th grade, they just finished learning about the government and how it works. In 8th grade social studies, they are learning all about the Berlin 20s. Sounds interesting. In ILA, the 6th graders were writing St. Patrick's Day stories to prepare for the holiday. In 7th grade, they have recently finished The Outsiders. They really enjoyed it. In 8th grade, they are beginning to read a short story called The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. That's all for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies in ILA. Now here's Carolina with what's happening in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science.
Thanks, Carolina. Hi, I'm Carolina, and I'm here to tell you what's going on in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science. In 6th grade, the students just started a chapter on oceans and had to write a story with using all of their vocab words. And we'll have a vocab test on the 20th. Hope they do well. In 7th grade, the students can come up to study any time between 7:45 and 8 a.m. or after school until 3:30 p.m. Remember, you need to come with specific questions about concepts. Don't forget to tell ahead of time when you are planning to come. Well, that's all for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science. Now here's Ashley with the news on specials.
Thanks, Carolina. Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm here to tell you about specials. For computers, the 2nd graders are making their own book reviews. Yay! In 3rd grade, they're doing a web quest on dinosaurs. Sounds interesting. In 4th grade, they are learning what's under the sea. Meanwhile, the 6th graders are researching famous African Americans for Black History Month. Now that's historical. The 7th graders are doing Photoshop for their Montage of Me project. And finally, the 8th graders are doing a technology timeline. More historical breakthroughs.
For Library K3 are reading Dr. Seuss. The 4th grade is learning how to use computers to put the books on hold for themselves. Hooray for independency! The 5th grade will be reading Hatchet. Cool! The 6th graders will be reading Maniac McGee. The 7th graders finished reading The Most Dangerous Game. The 8th graders just finished reading Romeo and Juliet and will soon be reading West Side Story. In Spanish, the 3rd graders are learning classroom objects. The 4th graders are learning La Familia, and the 5th graders are working on Spanish outline. The 6th graders are learning numbers 1 through 100 mathematical equations. The 7th graders have a chapters test planned. The 8th graders are working on chapter 20. That's it for specials. Now here's Matt to tell you what's happening with sports.
Thanks, Ashley. Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm here to tell you what's happening in sports. We just finished our basketball season. Both of the 6th and 7th grade teams, boys and girls, have won the championships for their league. There are over 90 kids that participate in the program. Both 6th grade boys and girls participate in the diocesan tournament. The All-Stars and all-county candidates have been selected. We wish them luck in their games. They will have their basketball banquets later this month. We also want to thank our cheerleaders for their support during the season. Now we are gearing up for the spring sports with tryouts for both baseball and softball. That's all for sports. Now here's Ashley to close the show.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to next month's edition of W-OLGC.